Just go ahead and start the video because we're like hopping into it. Can let me know how the like audio levels are. It feels a little noisy to me, but I also want it to be audible so you can hear it in the back. But I was talking about the astrology transits, right? And so with the new moon in Pisces, there's so much energy concentrated. I believe it was on the 2nd of March. Quote me if I'm wrong. Don't quote me on that, but I do know that we had a new moon. Excuse me, truth bird. What was it? I believe it was Mercury, the sun, the moon, which comes with any new moon for my astrology babies. Every new moon, the sun and the moon are conjunct, right? That's how we get a new moon. Sun, moon, Mercury, Saturn, Neptune, and the North Node are all in Pisces, right? And the thing with Piscean energy is that it's very dreamy. It's very ethereal. It's very spiritual, right? And in that way, it's kind of hard to determine what's us, what's not us, what are our desires and our fantasies, and what's realistic and what we have to do. But with Saturn's presence being there, right? Saturn will actually help us acknowledge and find out what it is that we actually need to be disciplined around, what we need to sacrifice, okay, confirmation, and what we need to let go of so that we're actually able to obtain those dreams, those ideas, those fantasies that we want to incorporate into our reality. Hey, Ann, welcome in. Right? But yeah. So I was saying all that to say, because I'm currently fasting and I decided to fast for a month, that this is a good time to fast. You know what I mean? Because with that comes the spiritual wisdom of Pisces. And like Pisces is kind of like that. When we think about Pisces, you should be thinking about like nuns and monks. And not monks, but monks. I think that's how you say it. Right? And sitting somewhere and not having to worry about the earthly plane and like work and bills, but just being able to sit on a grassy meadow or go to a temple and meditate and sit with God and spirit in the ethereal realms. That's all very Piscean energy. You know what I mean? So fasting and sacrificing things in the physical realm will actually strengthen these energies and allow you to see spiritually some of the things that you actually need to let go of, or develop the practice, of self-discipline, of self-mastery, so that we're able to get in line with it for this upcoming year and a half, right? Because there's all this energy in Pisces, and Pisces is going to rule the North Node for the next 18 months. Yeah, so I recommend fasting. I prayed about it last Monday and started fasting. Monday the 24th, when Mars went direct, mind you. But yeah, so there's that. But with that in mind, yeah, go ahead, get seated, find yourself a drink, grab some snacks. I'm going to do the collective reading. Set a prayer for yourself, set an intention for what type of insights or messages you would like to receive right now. And we're going to get into it. But hello, ancestors, spirit guides, and angels. 333 on my clock. You know that it is my intention to align this collective with healing, joy, and the most authentic versions of ourselves. I pray that you bless us with wisdom and discernment so that we're able to select empowered actions that are in alignment with our highest and greatest good. And I ask that you protect our minds, our bodies, and spirits. I say, so what is it that the Most High would like us to know right now? And I've been seeing repeating fours. Drop what numbers, any angel numbers you've been seeing in the comment section. But I've been seeing repeating fours for almost a month now. Yeah. Okay. This is so interesting. This is so interesting. A lot of fours, a lot of fives. I got a 7. Ooh. Okay. So what I heard is you ain't always got to be a bad bitch. That's what I heard. Okay? If it don't apply, let it fly. Take it with you if it resonates, right? And so just what I'm looking at is that like Lizea said that clearly wasn't for me. She said that in fact does not resonate. Let me do my reader, girl. And then I'm gonna actually zoom this in a little bit. I feel like that's better, right? Don't y'all think that's better? High Priestess death card in reverse. This High Priestess in reverse feels so crazy. Because usually when we see the High Priestess in reverse, it's like people not trusting their intuition, not following their intuition. And there's definitely like a little bit of that there. But now what's coming through a little more clearly is like, again, this darker feminine energy, this darker mysterious Lilith type energy. Like, I'm going to rule the world and do what I want to do. And no shade against Lilith. You know what I mean? But there's a time and a place for everything. And what I'm getting with this Queen of Wands in reverse, on top of this Emperor card in reverse, that some of us, when we tell ourselves that, you know, I'm going to be the baddest bitch in the room, what's happening is that you're actually like exhibiting like a lot of like masculine energy, or you're exhibiting what I'm hearing is a response to a hyper masculine world that we live in, right? And that's just not meant for you, or for some of us, right? Right after that, we have the Queen of Cups, and immediately I feel relieved. Immediately I feel like I'm tapping into, you know, this emotional calm, this emotional taking care of myself. This, again, it's intuitive, you know what I mean? But it's emotional, like listening to your emotions and then letting your emotions guide you. And they just want me to share something with you, right? Like, as I'm like on my journey, no tea, no shade, to become a bad bee myself, it's like you ain't got to be crazy about it. Because like in my mind, I want to go to the gym and take like 3-4 Pilates classes a day, start lifting weights, throwing weights around, get in the gym and start running right off the bat. Immediately. You know what I mean? It just don't have to be immediately. You know what I mean? And what fasting has taught me, that it's okay for it to be a process. That like when I first started working out, I was just getting on the Stairmaster for 30 minutes, you know. I was just getting on the treadmill and walking for 30 minutes and then going and doing like a 10-minute upper body workout. You know, a 10-minute glute workout, 10-minute abs. Not all at the same time, but one or the other, and that was it. But like now that I've been going for like a week and a half now, I'm starting to gain more strength and it's going, and I don't feel like I'm forcing myself, right? I'm actually listening to my body. I'm listening to my emotions in my body. Because that's another thing. Today, I went for a walk, but I told myself that this Monday and this Tuesday were going to be rest days where I didn't do anything. But it was like my body was like, okay, I feel like going for a walk. And so I went for a walk. You know what I mean? We can all do that. You can all listen to your body and see what your body wants you to do, allowing your body and your emotions and your intuition to have a seat at the table, and not just the plans and the structures, you know what I mean? Not just the things in the physical realm or outside of ourselves that are telling us to do to reach those goals, right? In the Judgment card, in the Wheel of Fortune, the Divine is saying that a lot of this is going to happen quite naturally. But the most important thing is that some of us, we're judging ourselves. And when we judge ourselves, we make our process to growth and learning our lessons and being at the right place and at the right time a little more difficult than it needs to be. Right? So no judgment for the self. Don't overwork yourself. Trust your emotions. Follow your emotions. And there's like this fear. So I'm looking at the Nine of Swords at the bottom of the deck, and there are like fears and anxieties about like what our future is going to look like, keeping us up at night. Right? Again, going back to that Wheel of Fortune, you're in the exact place that you need to be at the exact time that you need to be there. What other messages or insights do we have for the Most High? Please and thank you, please and thank you, please and thank you. 6:06 on my clock. And we're Pisces season, and Pisces is very woo-woo. It's very, I'ma fill it out. It's very, let me see what it's giving. You know, it's like I'm connected to everything and everything is connected to me. Right? Let me tilt her just a wee bit. Okay. I just want to be in a frame. They're giving me the same message. And there's like this disappointment. Just like this disappointment. Ace of Wands in reverse, followed by the Five of Swords, Five of Wands in reverse, Three of Swords, Death card. And the Death card was one of the first cards to come out in the reverse position. Very much that. They said what they said. And they're kind of like reframing it. Because for some of us, it's like forcing ourselves and hurting ourselves, right? It's like exerting too much energy. You know what I mean? Ooh, that was hot. It's trying to win a race that we're not meant to run in. Okay? We're trying to win somebody else's race when we need to be running our own marathon. Write that one down. Write that one down. Are you trying to win somebody else's race when you need to be paying attention to your own marathon? Okay. Now, that's for some of us, because like in some of these like wands, it's like a very physical energy. It's a very physical energy. But now I'm looking at the Five of Swords and the Three of Swords, and some of us, it's mental. Some of us, it's mental exertion. We're, am I saying that correctly? Exerting a lot of mental energy. I believe I am. Right? Where we're like being harsher on ourselves. But this don't even feel harsh on ourselves now that I'm like really tapping into the energy. It feels like it's being like hypercritical about the circumstances. You're saying that things are that they're worse than they really are. In either case, the perspective or the way that you push yourself isn't helping you. Or at the very least, it needs to be transformed. Can we get an action plan, please, and thank you? Excuse me. Can we get an action plan, please, and thank you? Excuse me. Don't my skin look good today? I think my skin looks good today. Hey, Bree, how you doing, my love? But it's because I shaved. Usually on the first day I shave, my skin usually be looking good. What's the action plan, please and thank you? What's the action plan the Most High would like us to have? Well, that's the thing. I finally hopped on early. Okay. Just start. The divine is saying just start. And there's also like, so some of us, like, we're definitely starting something new, but there's something about starting it new. We're starting something new, but the way that we're starting is new. Does that make sense? It's like you're going back to school, and we didn't always had a first day of school. We didn't always had a first day back to school, but they're saying that something about this time, we're actually starting differently. You know what I mean? And this is just an example, but let's say that you always go to the counselor's office and you have the counselor map out, you know, all the classes that you're going to take for the year. The divine is saying this year you walk in and you look at the year you have ahead of you, right? And the new astrological new year is coming up this month, right? On the 20th or the 21st. At the beginning of spring is when the start of the astrological new year comes in, right? And just what the divine is saying at this year, going back to that example, is that like you've been looking at the course catalog. You've been looking at the classes already. Okay? You went online and looked at when the classes were offered and, you know, who the professors were and looked the professors up on whoop-de-whoop-wop-de-wop, whatever. Right? This is a new way of starting the new astrological year for you. You're walking in with new expectations. You're not walking in apathetic. You're not walking in irritated. You're not walking in pissed off. You're walking in empathetic, refreshed, and operating in a new way. In a new way that fortifies you and gives you strength, but allows you to trust in your own abilities, right? Strength card, Hermit card. There's something about inner strength, inner trust, inner belief. Inner belief feels really, really, really strong here. Believing that you can do it, believing that you can go to the distance, believing that you have what it takes to get there, believing, that the world is your oyster and that you just have to pick it up and take it and, eat it or roast it or sip it and experience it for the taking it. Whatever it is they say, girl. You know what I'm saying. Right? And I kind of skipped this, but this was the first two cards, but they didn't feel relevant. Right? I was just following the energy of the reading. But now we're looking at the Eight of Swords and the Seven of Cups in reverse. Ignoring distractions is what's coming through. Ignoring distractions and noticing when you're thinking about distractions or you're thinking about ideas or stories or narratives or fantasies, negative fantasies, right? The Seven of Cups talks about fantasies. This is more Pisces energy. Options, fantasies, options, ideals, that you're, no tea, no shade, that the finest thing that you're thinking about in the wrong way. And when I say when you're thinking about in the wrong way, they're saying that you're thinking about it and you're fantasizing about it as if it's obtainable, and it is obtainable, but you're ignoring the actions that you're taking. But you're ignoring the ways that you're spending your time. But you're ignoring that the way that you spend your time and the actions that you take and the actions that you don't take are directly correlated with what it is that you're able to imagine or envision and pull into your physical reality. Somebody needs to draw up a vision board for the astrological new year, and not just what you want to achieve, but the type of person you need to become to achieve those goals. Okay? The things that you need to do to achieve those goals, right? Do not create mental blockages, because the divine is saying for some of us, I doubt myself before I even try. And I know a lot of us feel that way. I'm not going to hold you. I too be doubting myself before I try. I once had an ex, God bless his soul, as toxic as he was good for a good, he had a couple of ones. Where there were just like jobs that I would not apply to. I was like, oh, I don't think I'm qualified. He was like, you let them people tell you you're not qualified. He was good for me, as toxic as he was. But there's a thin line between a potion and a poison, but we're not going to get into that right now. He was a Slytherin. Right? But don't count yourself out before the world counts you out. You let the world tell you unqualified. You let the people at the hiring office, you let HR tell you unqualified. You let the admissions office tell you unqualified. You let that person you're interested in hollering at say they're not interested in you. You let them say that. You don't get to say that. You don't get to speak for other people. Clock that T. Yes. Is there anything else that the divine and the Most High would like us to know? Please and thank you, please and thank you, please and thank you. Please and thank you, please and thank you, please and thank you. I think I need to do it too, so Haisa was saying that she thinks she's had a push for 2025 to make a new vision board. I don't necessarily have a push for it. You know what I mean? And not knocking it if that's what you feel like you need to do. But what the divine is guiding me to do most recently is to pay attention to the things that I'm looking at, right? And there are some things that I'm looking at that aren't negative, but they aren't positive. And like the first example that they keep showing me that I need to change my home screen on my cell phone, right? That my home screen on my cell phone needs to be empowering words or an empowering version of myself for the type of life that I want to live. And again, my home screen, I'm looking for my phone, it's right here. My home screen is not negative. My home screen, it's actually just like, an astrological makeup of like where all the planets are in comparison to the planet Earth. So it's not bad, right? But is it empowering me? Is it reminding me of the type of life that I want to live? Is it pointing me and guiding me, you know what I mean, and allowing me to use the rules of manifestation to get closer to where it is that I want to be? That is not doing. No tea, no shade. The home screen on my computer, the screensaver on my computer, right? The content that we're looking at when we're scrolling. Sometimes I'm just looking at junk. I'm just looking at junk. And that is a mental blockage in a way. I'm looking at people, it's just people cooking. You know when you doom scrolling and I'm just looking at people cooking and popping pimples and cutting their toenails up and people trying on outfits. The outfits is cute, you know. But how much of my attention is going towards the things that I actually want to see grow and develop in my life, right? Anyway, not to do too much. The cards I'm looking at right now, Two of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles in reverse, Six of Pentacles. Plain and simple, what is it that you need to give up so that you can receive what it is you desire? What is it that you need to give up so that you can receive what it is you desire? And again, in the physical realm, what are you putting your hands on? What are you touching? How are you spending your time? What are the things that you need to do and what do you need to give up so that you can receive the things that you truly desire? Right? I've been telling myself for the longest, girl, I want to snatch the body, babes. I want to be, right? But girl, I love some ice cream down. I love some ice cream down. I love cakes and bread and cookies and muffins and oh, I love it down. You know. But as I'm getting older and my metabolism is slowing down, is it realistic, you know, to achieve my body goals? If I'm having 3 muffins on Monday, 3 muffins on Tuesday, a piece of chocolate cake with ice cream on Wednesday, half a bag of candy on Thursday, Dairy Queen on Friday, and I'm not even exaggerating, girl. This is how it was going down. No tea, no shade. It was good. I'm not going to hold you. And not that I'm not allowed to have a treat. Again, we all have options and choices, but what am I choosing and what am I receiving? Okay? And I'm not mad at you. I wish I had a donut. Let me get back to this read. But no, that was just plain and simple. Two of Pentacles, right? I'm going to show y'all the cards. Again, if you want to tap into my tarot class, that's the thing. I keep telling the girls, I'm going to stop telling people I got a tarot class until I upload a lesson. I might make that a rule. I can only announce my tarot class when I done uploaded the lesson. Two of Pentacles in reverse. This shows us what are we juggling? What are we carrying? Plain and simple, what are we doing? Right? And we can only do so many things. We can only do so many things. We can only be moving towards so many goals at one time. Like, it's just 2. Just 2. If you just had 2 hours in a day, what would you do with those 2 hours? Drop that in the comment section. If you just had 2 hours in a day, what would you do with those 2 hours? Ace of Pentacles. This feels kind of like spoiled. This Ace of Pentacles feels spoiled. You know? What pentacles, what things are we carrying, what things are we doing aren't bringing value in our life, aren't bringing goodness, aren't bringing, like, let's just look at this card for a second, right? Pause your screen if you'd like. Take a screenshot. What does this card make you feel like? For me, it feels flowy. It feels fun. It feels fantastic. I love the word flowy came through for the Six of Pentacles because the Six of Pentacles is about the right amount of give and take, right? This collaboration here, this like kissing, it honestly feels like lovey-dovey. What type of life do you love? What type of lifestyle would you love? And what do you need to do to receive that type of lifestyle? They said keep going, so I'm gonna pull some more cards. It feels enjoyable. Yeah, enjoyable. Anything else? Any lasting messages? Please and thank you. Effortlessly abundant. Ashe. I like that. Effortlessly abundant. Okay. Now, the divine getting a little serious right now. Or do these go? I'll put these back if they come out again. They come out again. First cards I'm seeing: Judgment card in reverse, Tower card in reverse, King of Swords in reverse. So, at first I was going to say a lack of action is an action in and of itself. A lack of decisiveness, being confused and not taking action will lead to direct, like, disastrous effects. But I don't know if that resonates for everybody. If it resonates, take it with you. But what really wants to come through is like somebody cheating. Somebody's cheating. I don't know if they're necessarily like cheating in a relationship, but they may be cheating themselves in life, right? Because the King of Swords is about like, it's a King of Swords who knows how to use language and words, and he uses them in a nasty, in a manipulative, in a rude way, right? He doesn't use it, you know, to be quick and decisive and to be clear in his communication. He uses it to be shady, to cheat, you know, to get more than what he's putting in. And somebody's cheating. And there are going to be consequences to that. I don't know how this energy took a shift to the left. Everything you own in the box to the left. This might be a different. Y'all let me know if this is resonating or if this is different energy I'm picking up on. Somebody's cheating. And I can't necessarily say it's like cheating in a relationship because I'm not getting any third party stuff. And they're cheating because they don't feel good enough. They're cheating because they're sad. They're cheating because they're like disappointed with the state of the world, right? With this Five of Cups under this King of Swords in reverse. There's this sadness that they're using to cover up this cheating. It's like, well, if the world is so terrible anyway, why don't I just cheat and do whatever it is that I want to do? Right? And they in turn manifest a life that feels cheap, it feels cheated, it feels awful, and it feels miserable. And again, the effort is all the same. Do you want to go into battle? Six of Wands. Put in a lot of effort and feel victorious and wonderful and celebrated? Feel in awe? Do you want people to be in awe of what it is that you do? Or do you want to go into battle and people feel like envious and cheated and spiteful and scornful of what it is you're creating? I don't know who this is that jumped into this reading, but somebody is cheating. Who is this? If this is resonating with you, put it in the comment section. If you know who this is in your life, let me know. I feel like the divine just wanted to call somebody out with that. Because that's it. Because that's just the reading. Somebody's cheating. So be on the lookout for a cheater. That's what I'd say, if nothing else. Be on the lookout for a cheater. The truth will come to light. And you will walk away unscathed. Empress card. You're going to receive what it is you deserve. Right? Ace of Wands, Ace of Swords. This is again. It really do feel like somebody's going to get caught up. Something feels like a cop call. It feels like a cop call. Like somebody calling the police. Or the authorities. Or IRS, or the federal government. I don't know, girl. Very suspicious. Y'all be on the lookout. Okay. That was interesting. And that came out of the blue. But you know, Pisces. Let me clear the energy and get us some oracle cards. Hello, ancestors, spirit guides, and angels. What oracle cards would you like to leave the collective with? Is anybody getting a reading today? Would anybody like a reading? Y'all want a reading? You want a reading, girl? You want a reading, girl? Absolutely, you can definitely get your mini. And you'd like a reading as well, Lizaya? Okay, so especially in like Pisces season. So the first card that came up, I do this all the time where I like shuffle the cards and then they get all mixed up in the wrong direction. So the first card that came out was nature. So this is definitely a sign to get out into some nature. Again, with all this Piscean energy in the middle of Pisces season, your ability to learn, feel healed, understand the wisdom in the natures, the wisdom and the messages from the plants, the bugs, the trees, and the bees around you will be heightened. Pisces placements know this. Pisces placements say, go sit by a lake, a river, a pool of water, the ocean. They go hiking and they just feel healed, right? So get out into nature. You know, the wisdom of nature is going to be helpful for you right now. Yeah. After that, we have feelings. You may be getting too emotional at the moment that you are losing control of your career and finances. Stand up and come back stronger. Okay? No, girl, you not first. How you going? You was not first. If you have to send your cash app, you not first. Yemisi is first, and then I got you. That's just what it is. You asked for a reading, Yemisi asked for a reading, and I'm going to look at the timestamps. Haisa said she already sent. Look. Usually you is first, Lizaya, but you was slacking today. No tea, no shade. Traveler. There is an opportunity for you to travel for work or business. You might be attending a convention or a training that will enhance your skills. Now, this card was originally in the reverse position, and I feel like I need to be called to say just be mindful and specific about where it is that you are traveling. It's funny, I was having a conversation with a friend earlier today, and she went on a cruise. And she was supposed to go on a cruise with another friend, but the friend, like, dropped out. And the friend was like, well, you know, last year I spent a bunch of money on a bunch of things that I shouldn't have done, and I'm trying to do things differently this year. Now, my friend, she was like, I get that, but my goal for this year is to commit to the things that I say I was going to do. Right? I don't know why I brought that up. But yeah, there's something about being mindful about the trips or the travel that you do decide to take. If any of you are thinking about traveling relatively soon. Oracle. One more Oracle card from Messages from the Divine. Please and thank you. Thank you. You will be surprised. Ask with love and their answer may surprise you. Yet whatever their answer, be happy. And this may surprise them. Hi, it's love and I, the universe. Yes, my loves? She said, surprise, Shawty. That's the thing. I'm taking a trip at the end of the month. You know what I mean? That could be for me, okay? But I done bought my tickets already, so I'm going to be mindful when I go. But I also, you know, I have a bunch of disposable income. Love is never in vain. When you finally see what this whole time-space thing is all about, you are going to laugh, you are going to cry, and you are going to be so happy you loved as much as you did. Dotingly, the universe. I'm feeling so. I'm feeling so. I'm feeling so good. And then, like, maybe, like, doing it intentional. Right? I know Haisa was talking about this, and I was also talking about this earlier today. Like, if I do take any trips, they definitely need to be domestic trips. I mean, like, not domestic, but, like, international trips. Because I need to start shopping around for places where I could potentially live if things get too crazy here. knock on the wooden table. But she was talking about, let's go to Costa Rica. And I was like, I could do Costa Rica. I could do Costa Rica. And I was already looking at Costa Rica as potential places to, to live. Okay, come on, solo trip. Where y'all thinking about going? I was also thinking about Ghana, because Ghana said that, like, if you black, you can go and get your citizenship. But they don't like the F words. So, at least legally they don't. So we have Yarrow connected to the number 15, which reduces down to 6. Harmony, upright, equilibrium, balance, discernment, nourished psychic shield. I'm going to say that again, a nourished psychic shield. Divinatory empathy, sensitivity, reversed, imbalanced, emotionally drained, lack of boundaries, overly sensitive, self-critical, nearing burnout. Astrological ruler Venus. Excuse me. Another thing, Venus went into retrograde on Saturday, on March 1st, in the sign of Aries. So the way that we relate to our values, our money, our relationships, our friendships, the things, beauty, our self-image, the arts, with Venus being in Aries and in retrograde, Aries is about me, myself, and I, me. So what this retrograde cycle is really teaching us is how do I stand in, embody my values, my money, my morals, my relationships, what do I need to do? Again, right, going back to what it is that I'm doing. What do I need to let go of so that I can be in alignment with my ambitions? Again, more Aries energy. How do I move forward? And am I living in integrity with all the things that I say that I care about? Okay, she said, and I'm going to go on, and I'm not mad at that. She better reclaim it. I know that's right, Yemisi. Let me read this. If you're feeling emotionally drained or too sensitive for today's world, it's time to set solid boundaries to regain balance. Use your empathic abilities as grounding cords to your psychic powers and divinatory skills. Allow your sensitivity to be a filter for what is allowed within your psychic field and what isn't. Like the magic of the white heron, move slowly with precision as you navigate emotional waters. Heron teaches us the power of self-reflection as a way to transcend judgmental projections and low self-worth. Again, that judgment coming in. Draw clear boundaries and examine yourself from a detached perspective. Don't blame situations or others as a reason to remain stuck. Yarrow's white light teaches us the power of shielding while remaining gentle in the process of self-discovery. I kind of got caught a glimpse of that, like that cheating energy again, that cheating, what did I say? King of Swords in reverse. I feel like that manipulative, he may be like narcissistic, but that's not, I don't know. I'm not getting narcissist. I'm just getting somebody who's a cheater, who's like, what is it? How do you say it? Snisty? There's a snisty character who's like projecting these things onto us, onto the collective. So just be on the lookout for that. You know what I mean? And put up your psychic and energetic barriers to ensure that that person's energy is not influencing your energetic field. Yes, my loves? And again, also Pisces season is a great time to practice energetic boundaries. Right? As our energetic boundaries, they kind of get mixy and murky. Like one of my tarot teachers, when she talks about Pisces energy, she says that like if Cancer is the water, if Cancer is the ocean, and Scorpio is the depth and the darkness at the bottom of the ocean, Pisces is the wildlife or the life that pulsates through all of the water, right? How we're all connected to each other and how we all need water in one way, shape, or another, right? There's water in our bodies, in our skin. We drink water. It's in our blood. It's in the ocean. Everything in some way, shape, or form like needs to be nourished by water, and Pisces energy is the thread. And in some way, like, Pisces energy makes it hard to distinguish what's me and what's you. But because of that, Pisces energy can also help us acknowledge where we need to put up boundaries at. Yes, my love. So for some of us, this is a sign about like what boundaries need to go up when dealing with certain people in our lives. Yes, my loves. Okay, that concludes our collective reading. Please thank your ancestors, spirit guides, and angels for allowing me to deliver these messages to you. I really hoped it helped. If you want more guidance on what was for you and what was not, you can always find my private link down in the description bar. I love y'all. I will talk to y'all later. And until next time, this is XMO. Bye-bye.